Taoiseach, people are absolutely shocked at the extent of the pay and the pay increases for the Secretary-General of the Department of Health, the pay levels for the head of the HSE. But what I wonder is how you can justify that when at the very same time you are willing to stand over the fact that ordinary workers in the health service, in education, in our local authorities are held down to 1 or 2% pay increases when inflation is now running at 5%, and following a briefing of the Department of Finance today, and this is breaking news, is now estimating that as a result of the situation in Ukraine and the decision to impose sanctions, we are now looking at 7% inflation for the coming year. So working people are being hammered with the rising cost of living. It's going to go up further, but yet you keep their pay increases at 1 or 2%. Wouldn't workers be right now to put in pay claims to insist that they get pay increases at least to the level of the cost of living and inflation increases that are being inflicted on them at the moment?
And the most effective way to tackle high salaries is the income tax system, which is progressive in this country, which basically means that when you get to a certain level, nearly over 50% is taxed. And that rarely gets said in the debate, but it is the reality as well. And that relates both to the USC, which is particularly harsh or strong on those on very high incomes, in addition to higher income tax rates as well. I think that's the most effective way in terms of redistribution of income from higher salary earners, and a more effective way of doing things. In respect of the civil service renewal, Mr McGrath has indicated that he's going to undertake a comprehensive review of all of the issues in respect of civil service recruitment and pay, and he is proposing the establishment of an external review panel to make recommendations to strengthen the recruitment processes of senior public service posts and the process for determining the terms and conditions of employment. To ensure transparency and objectivity in the process, it's proposed that the panel would consist of 3 members from different relevant backgrounds, with secretariat support to be provided by DEEPR. Officials in DEEPR are currently examining the issues and will recommend terms of reference, scope of the review, potential membership of the review panel. And in the context of the potential or the unwinding of FEMPI legislation, against FEMPI legislation is legislation that this Oireachtas in previous iterations has already passed. But the process of unwinding the financial emergency legislation commenced under the Lansdowne Agreement, which is between unions and employers and the state, 2016-2018, covering that period, with the remainder of the process largely completed under the Public Service Stability Agreement of 2018 to 2020, which is a national agreement. The final elements of pay restoration have continued on the building momentum, a new public service agreement for 2021 to 2022, salary rates up to 150,000, which account for 99% of the public service have been fully restored. Section 20 of the Act states that the Minister by order shall provide for completion of pay restoration to public servants paid an annual basic salary of more than 150,000 by the 1st of July 2022. In light of the consideration now being given to an external review to examine the processes and procedures around the recruitment of senior public servants, as well as the process for pay determination at senior levels, DEEPR is currently examining potential options around how and when this final element of restoration will be implemented. As restoration is provided for in legislation, this will require careful consultation with the Office of the Attorney General.